Hello and welcome to Millis Community Media's coverage of Millis Mohawk Varsity Volleyball. I'm Pauline alongside Wes Cote, and we are high above the floor at the Andy Morak Gymnasium for Game 4 for your Mohawks on this young season. Mohawks picked up their first win after a couple tough battles here to open the season with a loss to Medfield, and then they hit the road to Dighton. Rehoboth lost a couple tightly fought games, and then picked up their win yesterday against Hopkinton, winning 3-1. They'll look to get the streak started tonight. In their way, the Barnstable Hawks are in town. Barnstable making the 1 hour 20-minute drive up from the Cape to Millis High School for tonight's action. We are just about ready. We're going to have our stand-in referee for the moment, Macy Sear of the girls volleyball team. We're down the R2 at the moment. We're told he is en route, so we'll see him appear along the sidelines, I'm sure, shortly after this game begins. But Macy's going to check the lineups, make sure everybody is where they should be. She'll toss the ball in. We'll get ready for action as we get started. We have our whistle and we are underway. I'll get you the lineups here in a moment. Serve is over. Timmy Kraus can't handle it, and they'll start out with a service ace for your Mohawks setter and captain Henry Kagan in the front, along with Pat Halloran, Frank DeLuca, Luca and Leland Judkins and Timmy Kraus make up your Mohawks tonight. Kraus passes it up. Kagan, big spring and kill. Pat Halloran gets on top of that one, drives it home. Kraus will head off as Dylan McGuire checks in. And we are underway, 1-1 here. Big swing, big serve by Henry Kagan. Gonna get a bit of a tip over, we do. Kagan sets it up, they set across, free ball coming. Nice play by Frank DeLuca, keep that play alive. The defense will reset. Big swing coming up, looks wide. It is. And the Mohawks with the early 2-1 lead. Kagan tosses it up, big serve, nicely done, nicely handled by JP Andrade in the back. He'll toss it over. Kagan with the back set, McGuire off the block, and gonna be a little bit of trouble. They do get it over. Gonna send across, tips over. Andrade once again, they set across, big swing, blocked up front, dug out nicely, hits the net. They'll try it again, and this one's gonna fall. Big crowd of Hawks in the middle. Mohawks up to the task. Some nice defense by the Hawks, but they can't finish it. And the Mohawks pick up the point. Kagan tosses it high, big swing. They're gonna let it go, and it is long. Nice read there by the Hawk defense. Try to get you some of these names here. That's Ian Fernandez on that. That ball makes its way out the door of the Morak Gymnasium, so that's tracked down by number 9. Nicholas De Silva, one of the captains of this Hawk team. Back set, that works out for the Mohawks. A little bit of broken play, they set backs off target, so they'll put a little bit of a swing on that. DeLuca with the back set, big swing, no fakes, drops it over. They'll set across corner, tipped over the D, can't dig it out. And like that, we are tied back up at 3. So both teams playing with some early intensity. De Silva along the service line, trying to find his spot, tosses it up into the net. The lefty can't find it. And we'll have Luca Judkins back to the service line. Luca sporting the green and pink West sneakers tonight. Nice serve by Luca, traveling out of bounds. They'll dig it out. Big swing blocked up front. Pat Halloran with the block. Stuffs a nice swing. Good set play. Halloran there reads it, gets 2 hands on it, puts it right back where it came from. Judkins once again. Nice serve. That's headed towards the out of bounds. They try to dig it out. He's going to pick up the service ace. Judkins putting some pace on that serve. Early lead for the Mohawks, 6-3. Judkins down the line, travels long, so the unforced error. Will hand the serve back to the Hawks of Barnstable, number 18. Leon Brooks was going to serve, but he's going to hand that off to number 19, Enzo Santos. So Enzo toss it up, short toss up, gets it over. Nice serve, free ball goes over. Back set off target, they tip over. DeLuca passes that up front. Kiggin, nice set. And let's see what the call is. Referee wants to confer with the R2. So we had a player outside the court. That's the call by the referee, the R1 on the stand. So they're going to redo that play. They toss it up. Good serve. Finds the floor. Untouched ace. 6-5 in favor of you Mohawks. Nice little change up there. Mohawks change their set a little bit. DeLuca up front. Kiggin cross. Big swing and a block. That's JP Andrade. He ties it back up. Well read. I think that was Leland Judkins on the kill attempt. Just no room there. Short toss up. Nice serve. Tips over the tape, and the ace falls. So a couple pure aces. And we'll get the back flip. Toss it up to Luca. Hit off target. Let's see. They tip over the D this time. Some layers for the Hawks. They'll send it up front. And they're going to say he carried that. Yep. So that's going to be a side out. We'll see Michael Tobin for your Mohawks, number 33. Check in for the first time tonight. To Luca back to the service line. They're going to let that travel long. It is well out of bounds. Unforced errors adding up here early. Serve is over. Judkins back to Judkins. Big swing off the block. Nice drill. Drilled that into the defense. Could not keep that in bounds. And I want to say that was Luca Judkins. Sometimes hard to tell, Wes, from our perspective. Two Judkins, they look a lot alike. Sometimes the 21 and the 1 is easily confused, but some nice serve by McGuire. They throw it over. Kagan with the set. Tobin can't get to it. But it would have been a fourth touch, so that falls. A little bit of coaching going on here as we throw it over. DeLuca with the nice save. Cross off the block. I'm going to send the free ball over. Travels out of bounds. So Leland Judkins with the swing and kill. He'll head to the service line. They serve down the line, just out of bounds. So unforced errors kind of keeping this one close for the Mohawks. Currently 10-9 in favor of the Hawks. JP Andrade is back to serve. Tosses it up, good serve. Hawks have done a nice job on the service line. That is going to be, I'm going to say the Hawks hit the net on the way up, and that will be a violation. Point to the Mohawks as Tobin heads back to the service line. Tosses it up, safety's in play, bad pass. I'm going to send a free ball over, opportunity for the Mohawks. Halloran with the swing, and they stuff it up front. That is number 18, Leon Brooks with the block. Just a little bit off time there for the Mohawks. They could not get Halloran in good position there. think we're going to see the R2 in the blue jersey check in. Nice job by senior Macy Sayre stepping in, helping out. Macy, of course, the setter for the girls volleyball team, the varsity team this past year that went to the semifinals in the MIA tournament. D4, they had a great run, great season. And now it's the boys' turn to try to replicate that success. That's going to travel out of bounds, no touch. So we go back and forth here, 12-11 in favor of the Hawks. So Luca handles that, Kagan across, swing from the corner, partially blocked and then passed. No one's there to receive it. That was a bit of a back pass. Team kind of, I think JP Andrade and number 10, Ian Fernandez, kind of looked at each other and neither one moved. So point to the Mohawks. They tie it back up 12-12. So we get to the halfway point here in set number 1. Nice serve, nicely handled, sets off target. Point to the Mohawks. Something I noticed in warm-ups with the setter from Barnstable is he tends to set those balls right over the net. And that should be an opportunity for the Mohawks to either get in position for blocks or even put that one back as an overpass. That's going to be a foot long and out of bounds. So again, no momentum really for either team. They kind of go back and forth. 13-13 here. Side out, so the Hawks back to the service line. We're rotating through these servers rapidly. Number 19, Enzo Santos tosses it up. Mohawks choose to grab that, end up at a free ball across. Big swing coming up, blocked up front. Halloran's there again, up to the task. See, the junior captain playing well early. He'll check off. Tobin heads in. DeLuca back to the service line. Mohawks up 1, 14-13. Let's see if the Mohawks can string a couple together here. As we head deeper into set number 1. Set across, Andrade, he's blocked, they handle it. They'll set again, that sets off target. They're gonna try to tip it over, and they're gonna say he hit the net. That's gonna be a point to the Mohawks. Actually, rereading the R1 from the chair, I think he said he stepped over the center line, which you cannot do in volleyball. So Luca sends it over, that's passed up front to Silva, across to Andre, blocked up front, they handle it, can they tip it over? They do. Tobin sends it right back where it came from, and I think they're gonna say it was carried. Net violation by number 1. Mohawks do get a little streaky here. They've come up with 4 in a row, or check that, 3 in a row. They're up 16-13. We'll be right back after this quick timeout. And we are just about ready to resume action. We have our buzzer. Clock will expire here for timeout. And we'll get a second buzzer. We are ready to rock and roll here. Frank will try to continue the momentum, and that's going to travel long. Got underneath that, punched it high. Coach is saying, yeah, I got to follow through on that serve, just kind of left it high and it sailed. So they'll throw it over. Dug out nicely, it's a bit of an overpass. Mohawks adjust to it. And a big swing coming up, and that's gonna be point to the Hawks. So timeout certainly pays dividend, back-to-back points for the Hawks. Serve is over. Kagan with an opportunity here. McGuire to the corner and a kill. Dylan McGuire with the big swing. Nice back set. Nice change of pace there too. They've been feeding that top corner for a little bit. It was nice to see them go to Dylan. Dylan tosses it up. Nice serve. Passed up front to Silver with the back set. They punch it over. Judkins to Kagan. Kagan over. Tobin tries the reverse, can't get to it. They punch it over. Best rally of the night. Andrade, what are we gonna get here? They're gonna say Michael Tobin either into the net or stepped over the line. So Timmy Krause will check in. McGuire will come off. Rafael Ferreras Sends it over, DeLuca, Kiggin. DeLuca with the free ball, broken play. DeSilva with the set, in the middle, they punch it over. Kraus, Kiggin. Judkins with the swing and kill, Luca. Check that, Leland, Judkins. Told you I'd do that, Wes. You take the over-under on how many times I'm going to get those two confused. But Leland Judkins with that kill. And as sometimes happens, he's back to serve. Let's see if they can ride some momentum here. Off target set, and that's something I mentioned a moment ago. You see these sets hovering over the net, and that's giving the Mohawks an opportunity. DeSilva really needs to pull those back about a foot, give his team a chance to compete for those kills. So 19-16 in favor of your Mohawks. Serve is over. Bit of a change up. DeSilva to the middle. Big swing, no touch. Point to the Mohawks. Travels well long. Hawks trying to put that swing on a body. Couldn't quite do it. Travels easily long. Nice serve. Passed up front to DeSilva with the short set swing. DeLuca, I'm either gonna say he touched it or went out of bounds. Didn't quite get a read there, but either way, Hawks are gonna get a much needed side out. JP Andrade is going to go back to the service line. JP tosses it up, good serve, handled by DeLuca. Kiggin off the block, they send it over, it's an overpass. Timmy Kraus with a nice save. They tip over, looks up to the task there. Back set swing off the block. And the call's gonna be a net violation. Now let's see, they're gonna get that to number 9. So DeSilva, the setter, guilty of the net violation. Mohawks up 4, 21-17. Tobin back to serve. Okay, so coach is asking a couple questions there. Just clarify. Tobin lets that one fly. Now we got to just calm down a little. Michael Tobin put a lot of heat on that one. Didn't have much of a chance to stay in play. DeLuca will check back in for Michael. Michael wearing a little frustration on his face. He'll be all right. Sends it over. Kiggin with the set. Halloran with the tip over. Out of bounds. Point to the Mohawks. Kraus will head off. Dylan McGuire will check in. Their standard rotation. Kraus with a nice save. Worth rewinding, taking a look at that a couple plays ago. Really kind of extended that play. So Timmy playing well. Kiggin back to serve. Mohawks up 4. Certainly would love to finish it right here on Kiggin's serve. Pass up front. That set is way off target. I gotta tell you, number 1, Brady Kundal doing everything he can. Probably could have eased up on the swing, but boy, was that an impossible angle. At the Mohawks 23, your Hawks 18. They call timeout. We'll be right back. Mohawks within 2 points of taking set number 1 here. We have our warning buzzer. Hawks are a little late arriving out of the timeout. Get situated. They're getting a couple extra seconds here. Kiggin tosses it up. He's ready to go. Nice serve. Off target. That's going to fall. Service ace. Tried to dig that hard serve out from Kiggin. Couldn't keep it in play. Short. We talk off frequently. Short sailing here at the Marac. And that will come into play on occasion. Did there. So that one's going to hit out of bounds. And the Mohawks are going to take set number 1, 25-18. They'll switch sides. They'll take a short timeout, so will we. We'll be right back. And we are ready to resume action. Referee number 2 is verifying the lineups. I think he's checked the Mohawks. I see DeLuca has checked in. Your libero alongside Leland Judkins, Luca Judkins, Dylan McGuire, Pat Halloran, and on the service line, Henry Kiggin. Big number 2, ready to begin things here. We have our whistle. Kagan tosses it up. Big serve, hits the net. So Kagan off target there by 6-8 inches. And that'll send the service error back the other way. Serve is over. Toluca passes a little off target. They'll send it deep. That's going to travel long. Leland trying to do probably a little too much with that deep ball off target pass, set nowhere near the net. So number 10, Ian Fernandez with the unforced error. Mohawks will pick up their first point of the set, trail 2-1 early in set number 2. Leland back to serve, sends it over. They do handle it. Corner tip, free ball, doesn't make it. Just an off-target set, not a lot. Number 1, Brady Kundle could do with that. Brady has had a good game, good game in set number 1. Player that they will set, gonna set here again. Kundle, big swing. Big monster kill from Kundle. Hawks need to do a little bit more of that. Just good system play there. Certainly Mohawks hoping that isn't a view of things to come. That was a very nice play. Halloran with the swing, it's blocked up front. That's Kundle again. So Kundle facilitating a couple back-to-back points. And the Barnstable Hawks double their pleasure at 4-2. Kagan all the way across, big swing and kill, Dylan McGuire playing above the net. Halloran will come off, Tobin checks in along that front line. DeLuca back to the service line. Frank dribbles, tosses it up, and that's going to find the net. So Frank, service game a little off here early. 5-3 as we go back and forth. Number 19, Enzo Santos. Toss it up, lefty drops it over, and Luca kind of out of position. Body was going one way, serve was going the other. And the Mohawks will take their first time out of the night. Trailing by 3, 6-3. We'll be right back. We are ready to resume action here. Mohawks back to receive. Timeout featuring some Red Hot Chili Peppers. Mohawks would like to get red hot here. DeLuca will start off. Kagan, big swing, and the ball is headed our way. Really, really nicely set play there. They fake the set in the middle to Halloran. They go over him. Judkins handles that. Nicely dug there, and I gotta say it was touched twice. I think it was too. His waiting call was a little delayed, but the right call made. Mohawks will take that point. And McGuire puts it into the net, service error. Kagan will try to tip over, it's off target. They're gonna send a free ball over. Nice defense by the Mohawks there. They'll set to the middle, blocked up front, Tobin. They'll send the free ball over. DeLuca passes it up front. Kagan tipped over by Tobin, a little bit off target there. They punch it over. Longest rally of the night. Kagan tries to dump it. Hawks ready for that. Big swing and killed. Hawks tend to play up near the net. Those dump overs haven't really worked tonight. Henry usually will find pay dirt with one of those. They send it over, out of bounds. So a little momentum break there, 8-6 in favor of Barnstable. Leland back to the service line. Couple dribbles and a nice serve. They pass it up front, short set, big swing, finds the corner. Barnstable playing loose. See a lot of smiles, a lot of positive energy. Right now, they are the more energetic team. Kagan cross set, big swing. And they're gonna say no touch. Seemed to float. Kagan handles that one off the rooftop here. De Silva back set. Under dugout nicely by DeLuca. Saves this one as well. Kagan, they dump over, layers there. JP Andre up to the task. Big swing coming up, blocked up front. Tobin, Kagan. Got a lot of net, but those guys in position for the block. Mohawks stop. Little mini rally by Barnstable. Tobin back to serve, tosses it up, floats it over. Long pass, they tip over. Kagan with the swing. Had a kill opportunity. You could tell Henry wanted to take that swing, but doesn't get a lot of them in the set position. Unable to finish that. So quick side out for Barnstable. 11-7 in favor of the Hawks. Mohawks trying to find some momentum here. Kagan with the short set. Halloran, it's off the net. They go to the swing, and that is long. And I'm going to say net violation by Kagan. Back and forth we go. Largest lead for Barnstable, 12-7. Andre tosses it up. Krause passes it up front. Halloran up to it. It's going to travel out of bounds off the block. Point to the Mohawks. Mohawks would like Henry to rail off 2 or 3 here. Get them back into this set as we get to the midway point. Again, tosses it up. Good serve. They pass it up front. Kendall with the swing, and that's well read by Kagan, out of bounds. Mohawks pick up a couple points in a row. Barnstable's back row playing pretty good right now. Nice serve by Kagan. De Silva, that's off target. Halloran with the mini block. They punch it over. Leland reaches out for it. It was going to be inbounds. Can't pop that up in the air, and side out to Barnstable. So right now, Barnstable 4-point lead. That tips off the net. Mohawks able to deal with that. McGuire with the big swing kill. Dillon with a couple nice kills tonight. Boy, Mohawks needed that. Get the ball right back. Shrink the lead to 3. Let's see if Luca can deliver a couple good serves here. It's a good one. They pass it up front. Cross corner set, big swing. Down the line, they're gonna say inbounds, maybe touched. Point to the Hawks, so Mohawks not able to capitalize. As I mentioned, the Hawks back row playing pretty good. They're receiving some good serves and they're putting it in place, setting well. Made some nice adjustments. The lefty off the top of the net again. Short set to Halloran, blocked into the net. Halloran picks it up. They can send a free ball over, and they do. Good D by the Mohawks. Cross, big swing, dug out. It's going to hit the rooftop. Broken play. Mohawks using the Marac Gymnasium ceiling here. DeLuca, free ball. I'm going to say, I think DeLuca touched it twice. (15) lead back to 5. So we are at the halfway point of set 2. Toss it up. DeLuca passes it up front. Kagan goes to the back. McGuire with the kill. Starting to think we need to feed Mr. McGuire. He is killing it. He's playing high above the net. Big swing and kill. 15-11 in favor of the Hawks. DeLuca back to serve. Frank puts that one in play. It's to Silva. They tip over, and they're going to say Michael Tobin or McGuire guilty of the net infraction. Once again, Mohawks just not able to maintain it. They send it over, pass it up front. Kagan way tangled up with McGuire. And we got a 6-point lead, and head coach of the Mohawks has seen enough. He'll take a timeout. 17-11 in favor of the Hawks. We'll be right back. We are ready to resume action here. Mohawks hoping to stop the momentum here with the timeout. That's off target. Nice play by Kagan. Tips that over. And I'm going to say someone carried the ball there. So not a lot going right for your Mohawks. They trail largest lead of the game, 18-11, 7-point lead. Serve is off target, out of bounds. Right now, some of those mishap service errors are kind of giving the Mohawks an opportunity. They have not been able to capitalize on them here in set two. They toss it up off the net, so they get one in the back set. They punch it over. I'm going to say inbounds. Head coach of the Mohawks saying, yeah, that landed in a pretty good spot despite the referees being blocked out. And so service error. Timmy Kraus checks back in. Kundal with the service error. So Brady's had a good game, couple kills, couple nice blocks in this set, but not able to get the serve over and play there. So Leland will head back to the service line. Mohawks running out of time here in set number two. Leland sends a good serve over. They pass it up front. Back set. Big swing. Dug out. Free ball. Let's see where that lands. Kraus is going to play that. Kagan dumps over. Tries it again. This time it'll work. Third time's a charm for Kagan. He'll pick up a much-needed point. Mohawks pick up a couple back-to-back. Shrink the lead to 4. Really like to see them get this one a little closer. Pick up a couple more points here if possible. See if they can get it going. Nice serve. Dug out nicely. They're going to chop it over. Kagan cross. Big swing, and that is blocked up front. Stays inbounds. And the Hawks get the side out. Get the 20th point of the game, 20-15. Points becoming a premium here for the Mohawks. Need a side out. Sends it over, pass up front. Kagan digs it out, big swing. And that is Luka Judkins with the kill. Defense can't get that back over the net. 20-16. Tobin back to serve. Punches it over. He'll pass it up front. Big swing, JP Andre blocked up front. To Silva with the set. He'll punch it over off the D and out of bounds. 21-16. So JP Andre back to serve. Tosses it up, good serve. Kraus passes it up front, kicking short set, Halloran. And they're going to say no touch. Halloran pushes it long. Barnstable able to stay off of it, 22-16. So they're starting to close in on this second set. Floater, dug out, and that's going to work. Service ace. Not a lot of communication going on there right now. 23-16 in favor of the Hawks. We'll let that one travel, and it is in. Service ace. Third true ace of the night for the Hawks, and they are at game point up 8. So that travels well long. Kagan will be back to serve, and he will need a monster effort here if the Mohawks are going to continue play. And he'll get one. Service ace for Henry Kagan. 24-18. Henry tosses it up, goes to the same spot. That's going to be touched off of JP Andrade. Another ace. So back-to-back aces for the senior captain. I'm always curious if the Hawks can push the coach to take a timeout. You know they don't want to. They want to finish. Can the Mohawks force a little bit of pressure? And they're going to there. 24-20, and we are going to get that timeout. So the Mohawks, Henry Kagan leading the way here, have rattled off 3 in a row. We'll look to make it 6 in a row to continue this one, Wes, but we'll be right back after this timeout. And the Mohawks take the floor. Time out has expired. Kagan back to serve, tosses it up, throws it over. Another good serve, passes off target. Set is off target, they'll punch it over. Kagan digs it out. Frank DeLuca with the set. Big swing, and it's out of bounds. And that will end set number 1. Big swing there, hoping for a touch, didn't get it. So the Mohawks fall set number 2, 25-20. We'll take a small timeout. Yeah, we'll be back for set number 3, as we'll play at least 4 tonight. And we are just about ready to resume action for set number 3. Paul 8 alongside Wes Cote. Mohawks are looking to gain the momentum. Maybe this is the winning side of the floor tonight. Both teams have one on our left. Mohawks will hope to keep that streak alive as we are 1-1 in set number 3. Serve is on. Kraus fields that. Again, big cross set off the block, out of bounds. The setter, De Silva, tried to block that. A little bit overmatched there. That travels off the block, out of bounds. Mohawks will pick up the first point. Mohawks will need to pick up the energy. Kundal had a big swinging kill. A quarter of the way through set number 2, and it really set the tone. Kundal with another one on cue. He kills that. He'll tie things up at 1-1, and they never really dug out from that. Kundal kill in set 2. Kundal now killing it in set 3. Hopefully the Mohawks can gain a little momentum, a little energy, serve a little bit better here in set number 3. Lefty sends it over. They pass it up front. Again across. McGuire sends it right back over off the block. They try to set. Lots of blocks up front. They throw it deep. It's a nice play. DeLuca digs that out. Kagan with the set. Back to that corner. And the block is on the wrong side of the net. Mohawks will pick that up. And Leland Judkins will head back to the service line. Leland sends the hard one over. They set Kundal. It's off target. Off time, off target set. And that'll be point to the Mohawks. They take the early 3-1 lead here in set number 3. Leland sends it over by Andrade. Big swing into the net. Unforced error. Mohawks with the early 4-1 lead here. They'll roll it back to Leland. Leland dribbles it a couple times. He has the whistle. Sends it over. They're going to say it's a carry. Oh, line violation. Either call could have been made there. Stepped on the line. And with the Mohawks up 5-1 early in set number 3, it's the Hawks still take a timeout. Mohawks riding some early momentum here, 5-1, set number 3. Leland still on the service line. Sends it over. It is in fact a floater. Cross court set, he tips it over, a bit off time. They're gonna send it over to Leland, he punches it over. Big swing, oh, they dig it out. Free ball, dug out by DeLuca. Hawks not able to take advantage of that broken play. But Judkins on the mini hit, puts it away into Coffin corner. Hawks get a little lucky there. Lots of little mini errors, but nothing that they couldn't finish. Coach DeMillo letting his team know they got to play a little better than that. Kind of keep this going. Leland sends it over down the line. Andre passes to front to set. Big swing. And Brady Kundle playing well with another kill. Setting him in the middle, and Mohawks just can't get enough leverage to send that back where it came from. So the Hawks get their side out. Passed up front, Kagan with the back set. McGuire off the block, nice dig out. Halloran sends it over. Goes to Silva, off target set. Mohawks, they throw it deep. See what they can do here. Andre throws it over. A finesse game here, it's blocked up front. Coaches wanted a four-touch, they're not gonna get it. And that is out of bounds. I think the Hawks were saying that ball was carried. I also thought it was 4 touches on one side, neither call made. DeLuca sends it over, good serve, off target, back set. Sends a free over, they tip over the D. Overpass, and that's gonna be broken. So once again, these sets are off target over the net. Mohawks trying to take advantage of it, have at times, couldn't there. 7-3 in favor of your Mohawks. So look for a side out as Kundle go back to serve. Brady has had a nice hitting game, sends a floater over. McGuire tries to swing, catches the tape. 7-4 in favor of your Mohawks. Brady Kundle sends it over, passed up front. Kagan off target, they tip over the D, and not sure who touched that, but off the net. Kagan back set, big swing, and they're gonna say that was touched twice by a Mohawk. 7-5. Neither team playing particularly good at the moment. We'll see. That serve is out of bounds. Well read by the Mohawk defense. So they'll take the 3-point lead at 8-5. And Kraus will check in, McGuire will come off. Hawks with the big swing, no touch, out of bounds. Well read by the D. Shoulder high ball with a lot of velocity, they just let it go. Kraus back to serve once again. He sends it over, nice serve by Timmy. Off target set once again. Mohawks try to take advantage, and they're gonna say Kagan touched it twice. It's a tough play to kind of throw that ball over, but boy, look clean from my end. Henry may be going to that well, little more than he perhaps should, at least in my eye. We're gonna get a little floor cleanup here. A little sweat on the floor, don't want to slip on that, so De Silva will clean that up. We're gonna get a restart. That last serve not counting. Now we do have an official whistle. Toss it up, travels long, Kraus reaches up for it. Off target, they throw it over. De Silva throws his over. Kagan with the shot, Tobin puts it away. Michael Tobin into coffin corner for the kill. So the Mohawks lead 10-6. Luka Judkins back to serve for your Mohawks. Tobin, Leland, and Henry along the front. Luka sends it over. They pass it up front. De Silva with the back set. Andre with the kill. Nice set by De Silva. Andre does the rest. Andre sends it over. The Luka pass up front. Kagan. Judkins kills it. Leland Judkins puts it away. Nice effort there to dig it out, but no chance. Killed well. Tobin will head back to the service line. Up 4, 11-7, sends it over. They field it. De Silva takes the sharp pass. Nice dive and effort. They dig that out. Not sure who got that one. You can rewind and watch that. Andre reaches up, puts that one, and say he carried that. So with the score 12, Mohawks 12 and the Hawks 7, they'll call timeout. Hawks looking to break some of the momentum here. Mohawks up 5, we'll be right back. Both teams taking advantage of that 1-minute timeout, coming out with about 3 seconds left. So warm day here in Millis, 72 degrees. Warmest day of the year, I think, and warm in the gym. They send the free ball over. Dumped over. Andre late to react. Rundle throws it over. Long set. They tip over the D. And let's see what the call is. They're going to say, I think number 18 touched the net. So 18 limping off. He kind of twisted something or landed awkwardly, but he'll take a moment. We'll check on him. Tobin sends it over. It's long. They field it. Probably out of bounds. And going to send that back to the corner. Well-placed ball. Big swing. Judkins kills it. And the Mohawks double their pleasure at 14-7. Michael Tobin once again back to serve. Short serve, dug out well by Andre. De Silva tips it over. Mohawks are up to the task. Kagan tries his hand. Can't do it. They toss it into the corner. Luka gets to that one. Leland with the big swing. They punch at it. And Andre's going to send the free ball over. Kraus with the short free ball. Let's see if the Mohawks can deal with it. They somehow can. And Hawks are eventually able to kill it as a lot of stab plays somehow keep that thing alive a whole lot longer than it maybe should have. But the Hawks do get their side out. Toss it up. Kraus receives. Kagan with the set. They tip over the D, try to send it deep. Nice reaction by 10. Kraus, Kagan, Halloran blocked up front. Kagan digs it out. They float it over the net, punch it deep. Kagan tosses it deep off of Andre, out of bounds. Side out and point to the Mohawks. McGuire will check back in. Kraus will head off. Timmy playing a nice game tonight in his rotation. He's had some quality minutes. Kagan with the big swing, catches the tape. So quick side out for your Mohawks. They are up 6, 15-9 here in set 3. And De Silva tosses it up. The lefty sends it over to Luka. Kagan, Halloran, swing, kill. Inbounds, whether it was touched or not. So Leland Judkins back to serve here. Mohawks with their biggest lead of set 3, up 7. And sends it over to Silva with the set, cross court, big swing. They let it go, and it is long. DeLuca opts not to try to get to it. Hawks will make a change. 18 checks back in. It's good to see that he's okay. Leland back to the service line. Floater is over. They handled that to Silva with the set. Swing off the block. It does fall. So Enzo Santos back to serve for the Hawks, trailing by 7. Sends it over. Kagan, target, off target set. And the Hawks pick up a couple points in a row. Shrink the lead to 6, 17-11. And head coach Camillo will take a timeout, regroup his guys as they try to finish set number 3. So both teams head back to the floor. Nice serve. Leland can't reel it in. He's going to get the service ace. So timeout not paying the early dividend. Let's see if the Mohawks can get that side out, keep this lead in that 5-6 range. Serves over once again right to Leland. This time he handles it. Luca, swing attempt is blocked up front. Kagan throws it deep to Silva. Passes it. Awkward set. They just tip it over. Kagan with the backside. McGuire with the swing. They dig that out. And that's going to be a double touch. The Silver just mishit it with the right hand, and then it caught the left. Easy call for the referees. Mohawks send it over. Yeah, it's Brady Kundal. If you give him an opportunity, he can make plays like that. Brady will send it over. DeLuca passes it up front. Nice pass. Kagan with the set. Swing off the block. Out of bounds. Point to the Mohawks. Luka Judkins with the kind of mini swing. And Kraus will check in. McGuire will head off. The normal rotation for your Mohawks. Up 6, 19-13. Kraus tosses it up, sends over center court to Silva. Big swing. Andre puts it away. Very, very easy play for the Hawks. So Rafael Farias back to serve. Tosses it up, hits the tape, unforced error. Tough time for that as the Mohawks will get to 20. Nice looking serve, just catches the tape. A lot of those have hit the tape and gone over tonight, not that one. And now Luka Judkins throw it up, sends it over. Kundry to Silva, back to Andre. He punches it over, and it's out of bounds. Well read by DeLuca once again. He's had a few of those reads tonight. Mohawks 21, Hawks 14. Miss hit to Silva. Andre punches it over. Kraus passes it up front. Kagan. Judkins to the corner and the kill. Leland Judkins with the kill. Mohawks closing in here on set number 3. 22-14. Ball's in play to Silver. Punches at it. It's overpass. They tip it back. Andre does the same thing with a second overpass. He'll set it to Silver. This time he'll punch it over. Kagan tosses it over. That doesn't work out. Kraus. Kagan sets corner. Big swing off the block. Dug out by Kundry. Andre sends the free ball over. DeLuca passes it up front. Kagan will throw it to Tobin, who kills it. Michael Tobin with the Kareem hook jam. Luca. Oh, and that's going to travel long. Luca just not following through it, floated on him. So Mohawks with their largest lead, they're up 8. Couple points away from putting a little bit of pressure on the Hawks in set 4. And that's going to catch the net. Andre served well tonight, but finds the net there. And now the Mohawks will have a few bites at the apple here. Tobin like to put it away right here. Game point. So, serve off the tape. Dug out. Kundry with the free ball. Kraus, Kagan, Halloran swing. Dug out. Number 7, nice play. They're going to punch that over to the corner. Travels out of bounds. Point and game to your Mohawks. They win the third set, 25-15. I'm going to see if they can reverse this left side of the court situation here. Both teams have won their games on the left side. Mohawks will try to end that streak right here. They'll win on the right side. Try to take this in 4 when we come back. And both teams have returned to the court. Referee's going to quickly check our lineups, make sure everybody is where they should be. Barnstable checks out. Barnstable not featuring a libero. Mohawks, of course, too. Frank to Lucas, so Tobin will come off. Toluca will come in. They'll throw the ball to Henry Kagan, who will get us started here in set number 4. Serve is on target. They pass it up front. They're going to punch a free ball over to Luca, to Kagan. Kagan with the front set. Big swing. And they're going to say it was touched along the way. I'm not sure it was, but he certainly reached for it. And sometimes that can be enough. And Kagan will put that one into the net. So it'll be 1-1 here early in set 4. And the Mohawks finish this up. They won against Hopkinton yesterday, 3-1. Certainly would love to repeat that. Here's DeLuca, sends the free ball over to Silver. Long set, Kundry tips over the D. Kagan can't get to it. Nice effort there by the senior. The vocal Hawk bench trying to on their team try to push this to a 5th and decisive set. Hawks would like to finish it here. McGuire tips it over. They reset. Set is way off target, so Kagan will dig that out. DeLuca. Hawks are going to have to send a hard free ball over. Hits the lights. They toss it over. Kagan digs that out. DeLuca with the set. Big swing from deep. Luca Judkins. 15 feet out, kills it. Big swing by Luca. They get the side out. He'll send his brother to the service line, Leland. Leland dribbles it, turns it in his hand, sends it over. They pass it up front to Silva, dumps it over. They dig it out. Can't corral it. Side out. Both teams recognizing the importance of this set. De Silva will field the grounder, toss it up, throws it over. DeLuca, Kagan, McGuire puts it into the tape. So the Hawks double their pleasure at 4-2. Serve comes over. Frank with a nice play. Little scramble once again. Miscommunication. Kagan and Luca Judkins not on the same page. Probably a ball they can rail in and try to scramble. Floater's over. Passed up front. Kagan to the corner. They punch it over. Kagan with the set. Back to Luca. Off the block and down. So Mohawks stop that 3-point streak by the Hawks and pick up the point. 5-3, they trail here. DeLuca sends the serve over deep. Andre fields it to Silva with the set. Kundry with the swing. Dug out by DeLuca. They're going to send a free ball to the corner. Kundry has that. They're going to go back to Kundry. Big swing. DeLuca can't dig that one out. And Kundry fired up. As the Hawks will make a change, we'll send number 19 to the service line, Enzo Santos. Nice serve by Santos. Kagan off target. Timing's broken. I think Tobin thought he was going to punch it over. Instead, Kagan sets it. Tobin timing off. Point to Enzo and the Hawks. They are up 4 here. It's just Judkins battling the bench chairs. Can't reel that in, and with the Mohawks down 5 early in set 4, they're trailing 8-3. They're going to take a timeout, so will we. We'll be right back. So Enzo once again sends it over, out of bounds, bit of a miss hit, so the timeout pays the dividend. Timmy Krause will head in. He'll run back to the service line. Timmy gets a sign from the coach for position and ball, sends it. Andre fields it. Kick back, Kundry off the net. And Luca tries to punch that into middle, and no one there. 9-4 in favor of the Hawks. They'll send it over. That's Kundry on the serve. Kagan, Tobin punches it deep. Kundry floats back to Silva. They punch it over. That handle, Kagan will send it up front. Luca wisely sends the free ball over. They try to set JP Andre, it's off target. Kagan throws it deep. Kundry's there. They throw it deep the other way. That's going to be out of bounds. So lots of efforts to float it deep. Both teams up near the net, and that one does not pay off. Mohawks shrink the lead to 4. Lucas sends a good serve over. They send it up. Andre with swing and kill. Those short sets to him have been effective. JP Andre picks up another kill. Toss it up quickly into action. A service error, so Mohawks will get a little break there. Tobin will head back to the service line. Michael throws it up, sends the safety over Kundry, sends it up front to Silva, tips over and in. So Michael heads off, Frank DeLuca, the libero, heads in. Andre will head back to the service line. Mohawks trailing by 5. Timmy Krause with a little bit of a miss hit, but they collected the free ball over. Slapped over. They punch over the D. DeLuca dives, gets it, Kagan throws it back. Hawks have layers there. They punch it over. Luca over to Leland, off the block and in. Right now, this left side of the court is just proving to be a pretty big obstacle for both teams. 12-6 as the Hawks have doubled their pleasure here in set 4. Kagan tosses it over and kills it. And McGuire will check back in. Timmy Krause heads off. Frank will toss the ball over to Henry. Henry sends the floater over, safety ball. Mohawks need a little momentum. Let's see if they can deal with this off the block. They do field that. Kagan tips it up to Haller, and he tries to put it away, dug out by Andre. Andre late to that. And they're going to say touch twice by Leland Judkins. Point to the Hawks. Broken play off the set, but Hawks able to capitalize. Ian Fernandez playing catch with the wall, throws it up. DeLuca fields that. Kagan sends it up front. McGuire throws it deep. They'll reset the D. Over to Kundry, big swing. DeLuca can't dig it. And once again, the Hawks are doubling up on the Mohawks, 14-7 here as we get deeper into set 4. Serve is over. That tosses the free ball, and that's going to tip just over the net. Fortuitous bounce. Kagan throws it deep, and it's going to work out. That was number 10 of the Hawks. Ian Fernandez trying to float back on that. Just couldn't get the body stop to get the hands in position. Coach of the Hawks right now saying, hey, you got to get those hands down, field that lower, pop it up in the air for your team, but tries to field it overhead. It's served by Leland. It's overpass into the net. And the Mohawks have cut into this lead, now trailing 14-9. And they are certainly in need of a run here. Just make this set a bit more competitive. Make Barnstable tighten up a little bit here. Right now they are playing loose and confident. That pass off target. Kundry forced to send the free ball over. They dig it out. And that is not going to clear the net. Kagan with the nice effort from the out of bounds pass. Can't collect it. 15-9. It's just down the hall a little further. Yep, just go out the door, take a left, go down, and take another left. So, despite my my microphone wearing, camera pointing, I had a person come in, ask me for directions to the auditorium. So, apologies if you hear any of that. But I think I got her where she's going. We're back in action here. Handled by McGuire. Halloran punches it. Andre feels that. They toss it over. Kagan with the set. McGuire with the swing and the kill. And they're going to say the Mohawks touched that twice on the pass. And right now, things going the Hawks' way. 17-9. Coach DeMillo will take a timeout. Mohawks really, really need to get something going here. They're going to play a fifth and deciding set. We are deep in set number 4, 17-9. The Mohawks are trailing. So we are ready to resume action here. Mohawks, McGuire, Kagan, Halloran along your front with the Judkins and DeLuca along the back. Toss, serve up. DeLuca digs it out. Kagan sets. Halloran pumps into him, so they'll just tip it over. Short overpass, dug out by Halloran. Kagan, McGuire, and they're going to say off the block. Absolutely, 7 got his hands on that one. Off the bounds. So Mohawks get the side out off the timeout. DeLuca will head back to the service line, and certainly not understated here. The Mohawks absolutely have to crawl back into this one right now. They'll play a fifth set. That's off target. They punch it over. Looks deep. It is. So the Mohawks will pick up a couple in a row. See if they can ride some momentum here. DeLuca sends it deep, and that floats out of bounds. Ill-timed service error. And that has been the story on the right side of the floor tonight. Hawks throw it up, chance to, and that's going to be a service ace. Leland tries to punch it up, not a lot of height on that one. And the Hawks 19, Mohawks 11, their largest lead of set number 4. They serve, it's going to catch some sailing. DeLuca handles that. Tobin with the try to punch over. Andre reads it the whole way, and they get to 20. And that should travel long. It does. Service error, side out. 20-12. Mohawks running out of room here. Timmy Kraus back to serve. Good serve down the line. Andre back to him off the set. Big swing, no touch, out of bounds. So the Mohawks collect a couple in a row. They're going to need to repeat that a couple times here to have a legit chance at coming back here. Back set to Kundry, out of bounds, no touch. Kundry tries the cross court. Kraus picks up another point for the Mohawks. He sends it over. Andre to De Silva. Back to Andre, big swing into the net. And I think we're going to get a timeout. Here we are. So the Mohawks 20. Oh, excuse me, check that. The Hawks 20, the Mohawks 15. I wanted to make sure I didn't miss the score change on the board. So 20-15. Mohawks still have a little bit of work to do, but got some momentum going here. Let's see if they can continue when we come back from this timeout. All right, so Mohawks come out of the timeout. And Barnstable is out there waiting for them. Got the ball rolled out here. Timmy Kraus. Gets a little help from his teammate Leland. He's got it, dribbles it a couple times, tosses it up, floats it over. They intercept the pass, off target, and it's a miss hit. They tip it over the D. Tobin caught in the air, and the timeout does in fact pay the dividend, so Kundry will go back to the service line. Mohawks will look for their quick side out here. They need it. Punched up, Kiggin, he tosses it over. He'll get it right back. DeLuca will set it. Big swing, no touch, out of bounds. Leland Judkins going for the winner down the center. Travels long. And it is starting to look as if we will play a set 5. Kagan with the set. Luca Judkins is dug out. They set it. Kagan back to Luca. Big swing. That one, Kundry can't reel that one in. So the Mohawks do get the side out. They trail by 6, 22-16. Sustained momentum for the Mohawks. That's been the challenge on the right side of the floor tonight. Let's see what they can do. That's miss hit, one-handed. Kundry will send the free ball deep. Kraus up to Kagan. Short set to Tobin. Miss hit, and then miss hit again by Andre. And that'll fall. A little fortuitous offense for your Mohawks. Luca Judkins back to serve. Surveys, looks for a spot on the floor. They'll send it over. They pass it up front. De Silva back sets off target, so send the free ball. Chance for the Mohawks. Kiggin set to Luca off the block. They punch it. They keep it in bounds. That is a hell of a play by Kundry. Kundry has played well all night. Big swing coming up. He'll find it. So Kundry down the middle with authority. Gets his Hawks to 23. 6-point lead. Mohawks running out of wiggle room here. They'll send it over. DeLuca passes it up front. Kiggin, big swing off the block. Kundry tracks it down. De Silva dumps it over. They block it up front, field it. Big swing, and that is out of bounds. So the Mohawks stave off what would be pretty insurmountable right now, 23-18. It's going to take a lot of work to get back into this one. And that is not going to help. Tobin sends it long. Service error gets the Hawks to game point. JP Andre back to serve. Get his Hawks to a 5th and decisive set here at the Marac Gymnasium on the campus of Millis High School. Andre sends it over. Kraus up to Kiggin. Big swing by Halloran. And they're going to say that is wide. So a little bit of, I think the Hawks thought that ball may be in, opted to not engage the referee wisely. So we're going to get a coin flip here, see where people land. The Hawks wisely choose the left side, and who can blame them? Teams are winning on the left, not winning on the right. So if the Mohawks want to take this fifth and decisive set, they'll have to win from the right side. We'll take the timeout with the teams. We'll be right back. All right, and we are ready for set number 5. To remind you all, set number 5 just decided by the coin flip. The Hawks of Barnstable opt to choose the left side, and as I mentioned at the end of set 4, who could blame them really? That's where the winning has been done. Mohawks will have the ball to start to serve. As the Hawks chose the side, Mohawks get the ball. So Keegan throws it up. It's a bit of a floater. Andre passes. That is blocked up front, out of bounds. Point to the Hawks. This game will be to 15. So momentum here matters. Early points matter. A little bit more emphasized here. They send it over. Luca to Keegan. Keegan McGuire kills it. Off the block, falls to the floor. Ties this one up at 1. Do have to win by 2. Game will be to 15, as I mentioned. Luca Judkins back to serve. Both teams with some energy. Though, if I'm being honest, Barnstable's been the more energetic team. Bad pass handled. They send a free ball over. McGuire tries to reach out, and that is going to be off target. So just a little bit of lack of communication. That's really been, at times, for the Mohawks a challenge tonight. So De Silva will head back. He wanders the service line, as he likes to do, and he heads in, throws it up, and I'm going to say Mohawks out of position here. All right, so Mohawks get caught out of position. 3.2. Wait for the score to get updated, but it is 3-1. There it is. And the miss hit by Kundry pays dividends, and early lead for the Hawks, 4-1. Mohawks really need to just calm down, get organized here, play their game. Silver wanders around again, throws it over, passed up front, Keegan tracks it down. McGuire with the swing, he's gonna catch some ceiling. They punch it over, and we're gonna get a line violation. Center court violation. Mohawks will pick up that point, cut the lead in half, 4-2. Frank DeLuca back to serve. The Liberos had a good game. Cleaned up some early service errors. Early, big serve, ace. Andre hands above his shoulders, deep, should have let it go. Easy for me to say when that ball's headed at you with that pace. But DeLuca with the fastball. Frank dribbles, sends it over, nice serve, against again, over the shoulder, receive. They punch it over, they send it to Keegan. Keegan back sets, that's gonna cause a free ball, it's not gonna make the net. Rare service set, or check that, rare set error by Keegan. Ill opportune time, 5-3 in favor of the Hawks there. We are not quite halfway through this fifth and decisive set. They send it over. Leland feels that, over to Luca, off the block. Out of bounds off of Mohawk. And right now, the Hawks really just using their energy to influence how this game's going. DeMillo will call a timeout. So the Mohawks will head back. We're going to get a change as Ryan Fitzgerald will check in for McGuire. Number 23, senior Ryan Fitzgerald. DeMillo will try to mix it up here a little bit. That's going to travel long, out of bounds. Timeout pays the dividend. Kraus will come in. Fitzgerald will check off. So Timmy in this 6-4 match. Let's see. Set Kundry to the corner. It's off target, but he kills it. Terrific swing and kill by Brady Kundry. Gets his team to the halfway point, or just about. 7-4, and then Kundry will head back to the service line. Both teams will look for quick side outs here. Every point matters. DeLuca digs that out, runs it up front. Kagan dumps it to the middle. It's off target. Going to be punched to the back. So the Mohawks will, in fact, get the quick side out there. 7-5 in favor of the Hawks. Mohawks need to keep an energy level up. They've got to match the energy of the Hawks. They have not dissipated since set 2. They failed that short. Andre can't stuff it home. It's 7-6. Mohawks battling. Luka Judkins back to the service line. Kagan Tobin, Leland in the front. He sends a good one over. Kundry mishits it. He'll swing, dump it over, and they're going to say, touched it twice. And we are tied at 7, and now it's the Hawks who have come out. Energy level increasing for your Mohawks is exactly what they need to do. They've played flat at times here, especially on this right side. They got to match their energy, make them less comfortable out there. It's the Mohawks' home gym. They've got to play like it here. First team to 15 is going to win this. We are tied at 7. We'll be right back. So Luka Judkins will take the rolled ball from R2. 7-7. We have got an interesting finish coming. Tip off the net. Andre collects it. They go to the corner. Big swing. Dug out. Timmy with the nice dig. Hits the ceiling. Falls. We're going to switch sides here with the score. The Barnstable Hawks 8 and the Mills Mohawks 7. Barnstable throws it up, serves in, Kraus. Kagan, cross, big swing, blocked, and gonna fall out of bounds. Couple points to the Hawks, 9-7. Mohawks would like the side out here, keep this a 1-point game. DeLuca's gonna pass up to Kagan. He dumps it over. Hawks adjust. They put a mini swing on it. Lucas tracks that down. Kagan smartly throws the safety deep. They punch it over. They're gonna set here. Big swing by De Silva, the setter. Kagan tries to dump over again. Kundry with the tip over. DeLuca digs that out. Kagan chases it down. They send the short free ball over. Andre's up to the task. Back to Andre, big swing and a kill. And it's the Hawks' first team to 10. 10-7. Points starting to magnify. DeMillo will take his time out. We'll be right back to the finish of this one. So the Mohawks check back in. DeMillo opting to take the time out there. Let's see if they can get the dividend here. Tobin finishes it. Kagan off the set. Mohawks showing some energy here. It's 10-8. Tobin will head back to the service line. Halloran will check back in as DeLuca heads off. Tobin gotta keep this serve in play. He tosses it up, throws it over, and it is wide and long. Michael unable to convert on the side out, 11-8. Mohawks running out of real estate here. Tossed up by Andre, floats it over, Kraus to Kagan, to Luka Judkins. They block it up front. They'll go back to Luka, tips over. Andre gets this one to Silva with the backside. It's off target. Luka punches it over. A little bit of broken plays on both sides. and miss hit off time. Halloran Kagan up front, ready for the block. That interrupts the play just enough. Fitzgerald will check back in. He'll go along the front. Kagan tosses it up. Nice serve. Tipped out of bounds. Service ace. It's 11-10. Hawks lead by 1. Kagan with a chance to tie this one up deep into set number 3. Hawks will make a change. Number 17 checks in along the outside. Tossed up by Kagan. Nice serve. Off target pass. They dump it over. Mohawks able to adjust to it. Punch it over. It falls. Ryan Fitzgerald with the swing and kill. Off the bench. Fitzy with the kill. He ties it at 11. Kagan tosses it up. Another good serve. Country up to the task. De Silva sets back to him. Big swing. They block it up front. Pat Halloran, the junior captain, with the stuff. And the Mohawks lead 12-11. Kagan with the ball and a 1-point lead. Can he expand it? They send it over. Another good serve. Short pass. They punch it over. DeLuca. Kagan. Judkins is blocked. DeLuca pails it up. They throw it deep. Country floats over. He grabs that nicely. They dump over. And it is going to fall. Nice plays on both sides. We are tied at 12. Epic finish coming up, Mohawk fans. Once again, Fernandez plays catch with the wall first. Tosses it up. Hits the tape. Service error. Mohawks 13. Hawks 12. Both teams battling. Leland Judkins try to get his team to game point. He punches it over. They handle it. Passes off target. De Silva just sends it over to Luca. Leland punches it deep. They reset the D. Kundry swing, killed. Kundry creeping up. Nice play by the Hawks. They tie it at 13. Mohawks will look for the time to side out here. Send it over. Leland off target pass. And they're going to say he carried it. Kagan tries to toss it. Toss it a long way from the back left corner to the front. Excuse me, check that back right corner to the front left. Can't get it there, and it's the Hawks at game point. Here we go. Leland, Kagan, Judkins. And that's going to be point to the Mohawks. We are tied at 14. We'll play extra. Appropriately, we're going to play to win by 2. DeLuca back to the service line. 14 all. Mohawks will try to get to game point here. DeLuca sends it. Nice serve. Silva nicely josses it out. Leland's going to catch the roof. Ball was deep. Leland opted to play it too hard into the roof. We are at game point for the Hawks, 15-14. See, can the Mohawks force more volleyball? Serves over. Luca, Kagan, McGuire, they kill it. It's Kundry with the stuff and the win for the Hawks. They win it 16-14. Mohawks, valiant effort down the stretch, can't pull it out. They'll fall 3 sets to 2. Fall to 1-3 on the season. Congratulations to the Hawks. Brady Kundry played well all night. Appropriate, he finishes the game for his team with the block that ultimately was the kill. Brady Kundry played well. Mohawks played well. So, for Wes Cote, I'm Paul Ayton. As always, we appreciate you watching. Be sure to like us on YouTube and your various devices. We'll be back soon to take on the next Mohawk game. Once again, Mohawks fall 3 sets to 2 to the Barnstable Hawks. Thank you for watching, and good night.